lot of vendors right here. We also have an author that will be coming and talking about their book. But if you are not doing anything, please come down and support this cause, a celebration of Black maternal health. We're going to talk about our rights, you know, for African American women, birth persons, minorities. We have a lot of doulas here. We're going to be chatting with a couple of people as well, so we can shine light and educate us on this awesome event. You don't want to miss this. We also have Rep. Scanlon as well as Rep. Kazim. They're going to be talking. We have different platforms that they're going to be speaking on, interviews going on. So this is just an awesome event that's going on celebrating Black maternal health, because it is very important in our community. I know myself as a labor doula, I really enjoy anytime we're celebrating Black maternal health, anytime that we are shedding a light on things that are happening in our community. So this is an awesome event. Again, this is at Drexel Newman. Make sure you come on out. They have a lot of vendors. I got a information for Baby Be Smooth, and they have newborn and infant massage therapy. Like, come and get your baby and getting a little massage. You know, these babies be getting pampered down in 2026, baby. So and she also offers CPR and first aid training services. So that is through Brooke Smith, and her website is www.babybesmooth.com, www.babybesmooth.com. But we are going to get into one of our first interviews, and we have Skylar coming in from Family Village. So everybody give Skylar a round of applause. Hey, Sky! How are you feeling today? I am well. You know, it's always a good day when we're celebrating Black maternal health. You know, when I get to put my doula hat on and my advocate hat, I just get very excited. And you know, this has something that we've been really now shedding a light on Black maternal health, educating our birth persons in our community on their rights, making informed decisions, and just shedding a light on doulas. And you know, us being doulas, it just makes my doula heart proud.
I love to be here. I love to see everyone in the room,
yes,
the support that they need. We are just all connected, and this maternal health space is so small.
Yes, and it's space for everyone. Like, so even though we might be representing Family Village, their doulas, listen, it's plenty of seats at the table for all doulas to come and advocate for our birth persons.
Pull up that chair.
Yes. So as we pull up our chair, you know, and get into it, Skylar, can you tell us about Family Village?
Of course. So we have Delco Family Village. So we are a wonderful nonprofit organization that consists of several different public health programs. So we have the lovely WIC office, where we have 3 different sites. So we have our Upper Darby office, our Springfield office, and our Eddystone office. We have Healthy Start case managers that come and visit their moms and families, help them get connected to the resources that they need. And we also have nurses from Nurse Family Partnerships to make sure, you know, if you have those health questions, you have somebody who is going to come to your house for you to be able to answer those personal questions that maybe you're afraid to say in the doctor's office. Because we know when it comes to advocacy, sometimes you need some people to hold your hand to guide you through it. Yes. And that's exactly what we're here for. So it takes a village to raise a child, and at Delco Family Village, that's exactly what we're doing here.
So at Delco Family Village, we have a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yes.
So everything that kind of fits your needs. So can you tell us about your role at Family Village?
Of course. Let me go in real quick. So my name is Skylar Van Trick, and I am the Community Education Specialist here for Delco Family Village. I offer free classes for the entire community. So not just our program participants, but everybody in the community.
Okay.
I'm a doula myself, so I teach childbirth education classes. I also do safe sleep, so pregnancy, infant, and safety series we have. We have a self-care cafe, we have a lactation cafe, and we even have smart eating classes as well.
Nice.
So anything you need in terms of wellness, in terms of eating healthy, making sure that your children are safe and protected, car seat safety, and I also am the Cribs for Kids coordinator here as well too.
Yes.
So we got all the resources in the world, baby.
I love it. So, do you have any upcoming classes like that's about to come up?
Yes, definitely. So every month I host about maybe 8 classes.
Okay.
So our childbirth education classes, we are taking a pause for the month of May, but we are returning in June. I believe it is the Sunday after Father's Day where we are having preparing dads for childbirth education class. Because dads, you need to get in there.
Dads matter too.
Yeah, they
so
sure do.
Awesome.
So we are going to include everybody a part of that family village. So it is not just mom, it is dad, it is grandparents, it's sisters and cousins. It really takes a village to raise a child, and we gotta connect everybody in.
So if I would like to be interested in the classes, where can I go to look more into it?
So you can go in several different places. So you can go to our website. So we have the Delco Family Village /events. I believe that's going to bring you to the registration that I received to call you and give you those text reminders for you to come to the class. But you can also go to our social media. So we have an Instagram page. I believe that's also Delco Family Village as well. So check us out on Instagram, check us out on Facebook, and I think that's all the socials that we got.
Nice. So, Skylar, what inspired you to get, connected and to do the line of work that you do? Because it takes a special person to do this type of stuff because, you're advocating, it's a lot that goes on. So what inspired you to be part of Family Village?
So I actually started working at Family Village about 5 years ago. So fresh out of college, I received an email. They were hiring for a WIC clinical nutritionist, and I applied for it. I still was in school, but I decided to get into it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I did it. I started working at the WIC office in Upper Darby for 3 years, and that passion of being able to connect with my families and give them that nutrition counseling, I started asking myself, what more can I do for my community? So I started volunteering, started going to different events, and then Karen Peterson approached me about being a doula, and next thing I know, I got 20 families out there that I've been a doula for.
Yes.
So,
shout out to Miss Karen. I like Miss Karen up here.
Give Karen her props. Give Karen
her props. If you don't know, Miss Karen is the labor doula guru. Yeah, she's such an inspiration. She's a great mentor. Yes. And she will never steer you in the wrong direction. Yes. And she's just awesome. So we love you, Miss Karen.
Yes.
And so if I am I'm on the fence on should I get a doula or not? So what can sway me, or what are some things that I should know about a doula? Because I heard about it, but I don't want to lie other stranger in the room with me. That's personal.
I know it's really intimate, but you have to think about, pregnancy is the most vulnerable time for women and birthing individuals, and that doula is going to give you that personal support that you need. So we are literally going to hold your hand during this pregnancy, during this labor, and during this postpartum stage, and it's somebody that you're able to connect with right away. So with the doctor's appointments, you got to call your doctor, you got to make an appointment. It takes a little bit of time for you to be able to have the conversations that, maybe you just got to call your doula up 12 o'clock at night, and you going through it, or you have some thoughts and you need that support, but that doula is going to give you that personal one-on-one support, both emotionally, physically, and mentally, to help you prepare for the pregnancy and your postpartum period. So I think I'm a doula, so I'm a little bit biased, but I think everybody should have a doula, including me. I know I'm gonna have a doula.
And you can get a doula if you have a cesarean.
Yes.
A lot of people don't think that, but you can get a doula if you have a cesarean birth.
Yes.
And shout out to Miss Denise doing her job, doing her big one. She didn't know we were live.
It's busy in here.
She gave us her Vanna White real quick.
Look, it's okay.
She making sure y'all get your raffle ticket.
Sure is.
So that's why you need to come down here. It's so many good resources right here in our community. Yeah. Like you said, the safe sleep and cribs for kids.
Yes.
You know, can you let us just know a snippet about what Cribs for Kids is? Because some people don't know.
Yeah, so Cribs for Kids, so it is a organization, so it's a part of our organization, but essentially your provider is able to put in a referral for you if you are not able to purchase a crib or have a safe sleep place for your child to be able to sleep in when they're born. So we give out a pack and play. It's not a bassinet, but that is something that can grow with your child.
Yes.
So once I receive that referral from your provider, I give you a call, we set up a safe sleep conversation, so that way we can help to decrease the rates of sudden infant death syndrome that is in Chester and throughout Delaware County. So it's important, you know, that we're trying to tackle all these disparities firsthand. So Cribs for Kids is going to help you connect it to the, you know, crib and that pack and play that you need so that your baby has a safe sleep place for them to sleep at.
Nice.
Yeah.
Skylar, thank you so much for providing us with all of the essentials that, you know, Family Village comes with. So it really takes a village, and Family Village is right here in our community in Delaware County, providing you with the resources, the education, and just that support that you may need. So don't feel ashamed.
No.
Don't feel embarrassed. You know, we're here to help you, not to judge you.
No.
So we're here to wrap our arms around you like that family is going to do, and we're going to support you, even if your family don't. You have a family at Family Village.
Yes.
So please, please, please come get the education. Go on to Family Village. Look at the different excuse me. Look at the different things that they have going on, and support. Go see Skylar. You might run into it. Like, I saw you on CMP interviewing.
I'm friendly, put me up on the street. It's okay.
Yes. Don't be afraid to reach out. But Skylar, once again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And remember, guys, go check out Family Village.
Yes, Family Village. We are here for all of the support that you need. So text us, call us, put in a referral, have your doctor put in a referral. However you need to get in touch with us, get in touch so that you can get the resources that you need. It's free and it's here for you.
Thank you so much, Skylar. We appreciate you. It's always good seeing my fellow doula sisters.
Thank you. Y'all have a good day, and I'm going to see you later.
Yes, thank you so much. So right here at the celebration of maternal health wellness, you see that we have Family Village that provides a lot of different resources right here in our community, from a safe sleeping, from childbirth classes. Dad, you can even have a class as well. So don't hesitate to come on down. Go to Family Village, see the different things and educations that they have. We're going to be doing a lot more interviews throughout this journey. So please, please, please stay tuned. Again, this is a celebration of maternal health and wellness. I am Portia P., your Sisters on Air host and labor doula. So I have two hats on right here on cmpradio.net. Okay, it's the station. And we have another one of our interviewers coming up. We have Miss Alexia, and she is with Coco Life Black. She is with MOM, which stands for Maternal Outcome Matters.
Hey.
Welcome, Alexia. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So I appreciate you coming on. And can you just tell us about MOM, Maternal Outcome Matters?
Yes. So Maternal Outcomes Matter is 100% our slogan, if you will, but it's also the reason why we do the work. It's our mission. It's where we captivate our vision or get our vision from and cast it. And so what happened in this space, particularly for Black and brown families, is that we need to make sure that we're emphasizing care, support, and what it looks like to give full village type support to these families. So that's what we came up with. So MOM for us stands for Maternal Outcomes Matter.
So how long has MOM been around?
So for us, funny story. All right, so we've been around. This is our 7th year.
Wow.
So we started as Coco Bump. Right? 2019, we came out the door, and our focus was on providing support groups for moms. We serve moms in 3 key stages: pregnancy, postpartum, and compassion for the loss of a child or significant loved one.
That's important too.
As time went on, we said, okay, we want to make sure that fathers know that we're here. We want to make sure that the village who's supporting these parents know that we're here. So that's when we pivoted to CocoLife.Black. Yes.
I love it. I love it. So, so can you tell us what your role is in Cocoa Life Black?
Yes, I am a doula. I am also responsible for community engagement at Cocoa Life. So I get a chance to build the relationships with community-based organizations, resources, as well as the rest of the families too that are coming through our programs.
Nice. So how long have you been a doula?
Oh my gosh, I've been a doula for 6 years.
Okay.
7 years.
Okay, nice.
So here's the funny part. Right when I started Cocoa Life, the opportunity to get certified as a doula came.
Nice.
A really good friend of mine, her cousin was a doula. I learned about it through her. And I was like, you know what? My background was in health plan administration. And I said, you know what? I need to go. I need to do that. And that's how I'm going to serve.
Awesome. Oh, they calling you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate you. So wait, just before you go, how can we get in contact with Cocoa Life Black if we want to if we're interested?
I sure can. So cocolife.black is the website. We're also on Instagram at cocolife.black.
Thank you so much. So cocolife.black. Make sure you go and check them out. They have plenty of resources for you. Get that education that you need. Get that support from a different village. And we appreciate you coming on for CMPradio.net.
Yes. We will be back.
Yes.
And we will see you again soon.
Yes, because I'm going to have you come on my Chef Sisters, okay?
Come on.
So I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to be continue to be a great advocate that you are for our community.
Thank you.
Yes.
You too.
Thank you. So there we have it. We have Cocoa Life Black. They have different resources that they are providing in our community right here. So make sure you go and see all of the resources that they have going on. So it's plenty of different resources if you come out and scope and see what we have going on. So this, like I said, this is a celebration of maternal health and wellness right here at Drexel Newman, CMPradio.net. I am your girl, Portia P. So please come out and see what we have going on. They have family village, like we saw Cocoa Life Black. We have Chess Pin, Guy Singer, Keystone First, all of that. So please, they got Delaware Health Department coming and everything. They got a little bit of everything for everybody. So come on down. You might not know. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend right here at CMPradio.net. They taking pictures. They got Mayor Roots is here with all of the different sponsors and vendors. They taking pictures. They'll be doing interviews. So this is a great event right here in our community. So education is key. Please come out and get educated because your voice matters, your birth matters. I know myself being a doula, this is an awesome event that they have going on right here in our community. So please come out. You don't want to miss this. It's a celebration of maternal health and wellness right here in Chester, Pennsylvania. We have a lot of different things that go on in our community, a lot of positive things. So we have to come out and support right here in Chester, Pennsylvania. So come on out. Like I said, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. They have raffles. They got different giveaways they got going on. I seen some nice things they giving away, from diapers to different baby supplies that you might need or somebody might need. So come on out and get your and make sure you get a raffle ticket. They have it set up so nice. They got different educators, so you might not know. If you have Keystone First, come see the different programs that Keystone First has. You have Geisinger, see what Geisinger has to offer you. So they also have CHIP out here as well. So come on out, we're making a change group. Trying to look at different vendors. We have Chester, the city of Chester out here as well. So come on out. It's plenty of stuff for any and everybody. All right. As you can hear, they're clapping it up for the sponsors and vendors. They're taking flicks, they're taking pictures. So we have our moderator coming. They're going to be interviewing people. So come on out. This is a great event celebrating maternal health and wellness. Okay. So we're going to find our next interviewer and get this thing started. But thanks again, guys, for coming out and joining us. It's so good to be back right here on CMP Radio where it all started. You know I always have a love for CMP Radio. Sisters on Air will be back this month. We're coming back. I'm so glad to be back and be here and be ready. So we have Mayor Roots coming to bless us. Come on, Mayor, come on over this side and say hi to CMP Radio. Hi, Mayor Roots, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, I can't complain. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting a celebration of maternal and health wellness. So this is a great event that we have going on right here in our city. And can you just tell us what maternal health and wellness means to you?
It means that the babies are going to be born healthy.
Yes, yes.
We're having our babies in Chester.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have some factors that really affect maternal health in the city, and it's been going on for a long while. The pollution profile in the city of Chester is just off the charts, and it makes a difference. That's why the percentage of the negative side of maternal health is so huge in the city of Chester compared to the county, compared to the state, compared to the United States. So events like this bring to the forefront the importance of maternal health, just like what's common in most communities where you would have prenatal care, on a regular basis. Unfortunately, when you have a city like Chester with very few, let's just go with very few because we do have chest pen, but very few primary care physicians, no pediatric care.
Right.
And the hospital that served us and filled the gap for so long is no longer here.
Right.
So maternal health is a serious scourge in our community that events like this help, number one, bring attention to, but more importantly, for those who are in that maternal stage, they should know that there's a bunch of resources here to help them.
Yes, and that's also why, education is key. So that's why I'm glad that we have these events that are helping us to educate our community, bring light to the different programs we have, like Family Village. They do a lot of good resources and childbirthing classes and things like this right here, because I know myself being a labor doula with Family Village, we do different birthing classes right in our projects, like people don't know. So we're right here in the community. So that's great that we have these programs and events that go on. So, education is key. They know what we have going on. Some people might not know that, you have the resources right here in your city. You just have to go out and see what we have going on. And it's plenty of room and plenty of education for everyone, especially with doula. A lot of people think they can't have a doula, but, we have those different programs. And now with our insurances, the doulas are able to bill insurances now moving forward, so they don't have to pay out of pocket to get it. And Family Village, that's the reason why I became a doula, because they had this initiative to help with our maternal health rates for our minorities, for our black women, our black and Hispanic women, to lower the black maternal and morbidity rate, that if you're in Delaware County, local, especially Chester, you could get a free doula. And a lot of people didn't know that, so it's like just giving them that education, those tidbits that, you can have all the things that you need, and you can advocate for yourself and for your body, will decrease our rate and make sure that both mom and baby are coming home out of this, out of the hospital, and helping them better educate and better know the knowledge and rights that we have. So again, Mayor Roos, thank you so much for, bringing this to our city and coming out and supporting this amazing event. And hopefully, we have more events like this to educate everyone in our community, because it truly takes a village. And, our village coming together and just getting these little tidbits out and letting moms know that, you have a safe place here in Chester, in our community. Yes, we might not have the hospital, but we can provide you with different transportation services that they might not know they can get back and forth to their appointments and things of that nature. So once again, thank you for coming out. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for showing up when, sometimes it's tough, but we appreciate you, and I appreciate you coming on and chatting with me. Did you want to give any final words to our people that are listening in?
I do. You kept stressing education, education, education. And sometimes we have to be deliberate about the places we go to educate.
Right.
One of the areas that we absolutely have to present and educate what maternal care is in our schools.
Yes.
So I'd say right around that 9th grade time period, the young ladies and men need to know what a doula is, what a midwife is, what a birthing center is, what a normal process is from conception all the way to childbirth, to child care after birth.
Yes.
I know when I was in school, there was a thing called sex education or health.
I was going to say sex education.
And that's where it should be introduced.
Yes.
More important than knowing what an embryo and an egg and a sperm is, it is what happens that day when I find out that I'm pregnant.
Yes.
What does that mean to the woman, the girl, maybe, and the guy? These services that we have here are definitely for anyone who needs them. But as far as educating, if we can get them early, they won't have to be seeking and finding and learning when it's that time. They'll already have that body of knowledge. So I would love to see more programming deliberately, in the schools at that, 8th and 9th grade period, all the way through graduation.
That is so true, because prevention is key. Because even through my sorority Alpha Kappa Alpha, I've been going back to, I'm a proud Cheney alumni. So one of the initiatives they have is maternal health. So I've been privileged to go back and educate, the college students on a doula and things like that. So just educating them in college, getting them that light. But just like you said, if we're doing sex education, this should be a part of sex education. So they know, they hear the terms before they have to deal with it. And they say, oh, you have preeclampsia, or you have gestational diabetes, because everybody thinks of birth. You think of a healthy pregnancy, healthy baby, 10 toes, and 10 fingers. But what about premature labor and things of that nature? So I would definitely, if it allows, I wouldn't mind coming to our community, going into Chester High or any of the Chester Upland school districts, and just educating them on being a doula and some of the things that they might experience. So I feel like that is a great way to start and letting know what our kids can look forward to, or just so they can refresh themselves if they hear it growing up. Oh yeah, I remember that in school. So I think that's great.
All right.
Thank you so much, Mayor, for coming on. And like I said, everyone, this is a celebration of maternal health and wellness right here at Drexel Newman. Once again, Mayor, thank you so much for coming on and speaking with me. I really appreciate you.
My pleasure. Have a great day.
You have a great one as well. So, like I said, everyone, we have a lot of people here coming to educate, coming to support right here in our city. So don't hesitate to come on. Mayor said, I want me a pen. So I know he didn't see the other pen. But like Mayor said, that is true. Sex education coming on in 9th grade, 8th grade, letting them know about some of our disparities that we may face, some of the risk factors we may face right here, so they know and they can better educate themselves, they can better understand, rather than you hearing it in your adult age and you're like, wait, what do I do from here? So like you said, education is key, prevention is key. So we have another interviewer that we're going to have coming on. We have Rep. Mary Gay Scanlon coming on, and you can come and join us right here. So thank you so much for coming on. My name is Portia. Nice to meet you. I am great. How are you feeling today?
It's a beautiful day, and we've got all these families and babies out here, so it's a really good day.
Yes. So I was talking with Mayor Roots, and we were just talking about a celebration of maternal health and just educating our community on different resources that they have right here that they may not know that they can get. and how maternal health is very important. And I want to ask you, how do you feel about maternal health? Like, what are your thoughts about it?
Well, we don't talk about it enough, which is one of the reasons why it's great to have this event here today. The U.S. has a huge crisis in terms of maternal health, and it's totally because we haven't invested in it enough. Other countries don't have the problems we do here, and so one of the things my office has tried to do is continually try to get more money from the federal government for maternal health. We've been able to get funding for the Delco Doula program.
Yes.
We're able to get some funding for a birthing center that didn't come through, but it's just really important. There are things we can do to make sure we have better outcomes for families and babies, and I'm all in for that.
Yes, so I am a part of the Delco doula program, so that's how I became a doula, because of the scholarship. And when I say like that program, I really appreciate it and I love it, and it's very touching to just be able to educate and advocate in our community. And because a lot of people in our community don't know what a doula is, they don't know that they can get a doula, you know, they don't understand the importance of a doula until, you know, they're in it. And, you know, I've heard stories of different moms that I've encountered with my doula babies, how they felt unheard, they felt unseen, they didn't really know they can make informed decisions, they can ask for a second opinion, they can ask for a third opinion, you know, they didn't know that they can say, they didn't have to make that decision right then and there. They can say, okay, wait, can I think about this? And, you know, weigh their options, you know, they can ask those probing questions. And it was very important, even like as my experience, because I had a situation where I had a cesarean and I had like an abscess underneath of it, and they didn't come back to give me, you know, pain medication. So it's like I'm bearing this, you know, hurt, and they're just like they keep, you know, ignoring I'm physically in pain. But if I would have known, I could have said, no, stop. This is hurting me. Let's do something else. But it's been often times where our voices are silent, our cries are silent. So, you know, I really want to say thank you for providing funding for those type of programs, because they are very important when it comes to our health, because a lot of the times our moms will suffer in silence. And I'm seeing my moms like physically in pain, and I'm like, you can ask for, you know, more pain medicine. Don't sit here in pain. But we're so used to just bearing it that we're just like quiet and suffering in silence. So just having that person there to be like, no, you don't have to sit here and be in pain. Like, tell them you need more medication, or this medication isn't working, I need something else. So those type of education and fundings for those things are very, very important in our community. So when it comes to you know, making sure that maternal health is important and it matters. I was talking with Mayor Roos, and we were saying education is key, and he was saying, you know, he feels though it's important that with sex education that we get in high school, that this is a part of it. And I said, you know, that is really true, because prevention is key. So, you know, if we educate early, we can kind of dispel the myths and, you know, the rates that are going on, to continue to advocate, to educate, to have these type of events that are going on, you know, in all of our communities, you know, not just Chester, but other communities that we service, and letting them know that, you know, it takes a village. So just like Family Villages here, you know, everybody that's here.
So many great organizations. I mean, at every step along the way. And I mean, being a mom is hard. Getting to be a mom is hard, and knowing that there are people there that can help is really, really important, because you don't have to do it alone. And you said education's important at every level. I'm so excited to see some of the young families out here. I mean, there's a bunch of tables talking about lead paint. I mean, it's still a problem in so many of our communities across southeastern Pennsylvania, because it's an older part of the country. And my family had to deal with lead paint issues in our house, because it's a very old house. So there are things you can do to protect your family, but there's lots of resources out there. The Foundation, Family Village, Delaware County Health, just a real joy to see everybody here together so you can do one-stop shopping.
Nice. Thank you so much. So, what words of encouragement or any advice you would like to give any birth person that's kind of like feeling like their voice isn't heard, or kind of scared to try and get that education that they need? What words of encouragement would you give someone?
Well, I think it's that through work that you're doing, through work that these groups are doing, through work we're trying to do at Congress as we have more women in Congress and in our state legislature. There's now big legislative pushes both in Congress and in our state legislature to make sure that women have the resources they need, and particularly Black women have the resources they need. So in both the Congress and the state legislature, we're pushing momnibuses. When you have a whole package of bills, they call it an omnibus, but we call it a momnibus when it's dedicated to women. So it's doing things like making sure we're doing research about pain management in the Black community, because that has been ignored. We're making sure that there are doulas and that there are people who are women of color in the healthcare system, so that people feel more comfortable talking about what they're dealing with.
Yes.
So there is work that we're doing. We need a lot more of it, but things are better, but we're not where we need to be yet. So we need to keep pushing.
Well, thank you so much for fighting. I know it's not easy, but we appreciate, the advocating and fighting and getting these bills passed and getting this up front and educating, women and men, because sometimes men be like, oh, healthy baby, that's all they think about, but they don't see the back end on things that goes on with these health disparities. So we appreciate you fighting, you're educating, helping, advocating. We appreciate it all.
Well, and you're on the front line, so thank you for everything you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you for coming out and supporting. Okay. Have a great one. So right here in our own city, we had Rev Scanlon coming on and letting you know that, it's not just here in our community that they're fighting. They're also fighting at the state, federal, and Congress level. So don't forget that it's also the seen and unseen things that are going on right here in our community that you don't know about. So like you said, education is key. She's saying there's a lot more women that are in Congress and that are making sure that they're pushing to get these bills crossed for us. All right, so we have a quick intermission right here at cmpradio.net, a celebration of maternal health and wellness at Drexel Newman. We'll be back. Ready? All right.
I'm so sorry, y'all. 1 second.
No, we are back right here. A celebration of maternal health and wellness right here at cmpradio.net. We are at Drexel Newman, and we have our moderator hostess with the mostest coming on.
Hi, everybody.
To talk to us.
Yes.
And let us know, because we have a nice packed schedule that we got going
show
on
today. Yes.
So
there's some heavy hitters in the building.
Yes.
Congresswomen, mayors.
Yes. So
CEOs.
we interviewed Mayor Roots. We talked to Rep Scanlon, and she was telling us how, they're still fighting, and they're fighting both state and federal for these bills to get passed, so we can have all this, giving us funding for, Family Village, that we're a part of, to keep us afloat as doulas, make sure we get our coin.
Yes.
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
No, it's not.
So, how do you feel, Kara, having this opportunity of being a moderator for this awesome event?
I think I can't even really put into words outside of kind of serving in the capacity that we do as doulas, being community advocates as we do, CMP Radio and our sorority and all of that. But I think you and I both have lived experiences of how the Black maternal health crisis affects everyone.
Yes.
You and I both, and I'll speak a little about mine later and what I experienced giving birth to both of my children, but it's important because our community truly doesn't know the power of their voice in this capacity.
That's right.
When it comes to healthcare providers and doctors, we think kind of what they say is gold. So we truly don't know that we can ask questions. We can deny services if we feel like it doesn't, or truly affect us. Because truly no one knows our bodies like us.
Yes.
So I think one thing that is affecting our community a lot is doctors are not listening. So community health workers like doulas and birth workers and midwives are so necessary, even ones that look like us and speak our language, to help determine if we live or die. It's simple as that.
That's true.
So with the funding and with fighting and with the Momnibus Act, I know, some people scream, my vote doesn't count. And that's something that has really affected our generation and after so much. But truly, when the things around you don't go right, it's because you don't vote. And truly, it's not a popularity contest. It's not who you know. You truly have to know what your community is supporting. A lot of our community people have Keystone First Insurance, and some of these insurances may not support what we need. So you have to have those questions and see if your state reps and your congresswomen are in Harrisburg fighting for you to have the things you need. The Momnibus Act 2.0 is currently on the table in legislation, and it will support a bigger midwifery program, which the studies show saves more Black women that's in labor and delivery. It'll pay doulas and nurse practitioners to come in the houses of these community people who don't have a hospital, right? So you're getting on the bus to travel 45 minutes to an hour to go to a doctor, where again, you could be laboring on the bus and die. But these federal dollars will allow the nurses to come into your home to be able to service you when you need it. We're a maternity desert. We have no hospital. We have no labor and delivery in the city of Chester. So we need the help.
Yes. Awesome.
I'm sorry, I know that was a lot.
No. Listen, I love it because, like I said, education is key. And just like I was telling everyone else, I was telling about informed decisions. Getting that second, that third,
Absolutely.
that fourth opinion, making sure your voice is heard, because often our voices tend to be silenced.
Yes.
And I was telling Rev Scanlon how just being a doula and seeing our moms in labor and visibly in pain and won't say anything, and you're like, you can ask them for more medicine. You can let them know that medication is not working. You have a high pain tolerance, so they can give you more. Right. So just those things like that. So I want to appreciate you for coming on and educating us. And I know you're going to be a great moderator for today.
Thank you. We have some great questions, some great panelists, and everything that they're speaking of, again, our live experience, okay?
Now she's being summoned, so she has to do her job. So thank you so much, Kara. Appreciate you. So like you said, we have our moderator. She is booked and busy, but we will be back in just a few. Don't touch that dial, okay? All right. Get some water and we'll be back. All right, bye. Black Maternal Health Week. All right, what's up, everyone? We are back. It is your girl, Portia P, right here on CMPRadio.net. It's the station, okay? So, we are all about cultivating mature positivity for our community. So, why not cultivate mature positivity with a celebration of maternal health and wellness for Maternal Health Week? We have an interviewer that we're going to come on, and I told you this is with Baby Be Smooth. We have Miss Brooke Smith, and she's going to tell us about the things that she has coming on. So come on, Miss Brooke, come on down. Hi, how are you? Of course, and welcome. So, you know, Baby Be Smooth, I told them you have newborn and infant massage therapy, also CPR and first aid training that you have going on, and I told them to go to www.babybesooothed.com because we got to soothe these babies. But I said, these babies get massages and stuff, and they fancy. So, Brooke, can you let us know what made you start Baby Be Soothed?
Well, thank you for that amazing introduction. You were amazing on that. What are you talking about? So, I am actually a regular massage therapist, and I'm a massage therapist for over 20 years, and my focus was prenatal and postnatal massages. So, after doing all that, parents would always come back to me and say, what can I do to help my baby? What can I do to help my baby? I'm like, well, I got you. So I went ahead and got the training so that I could become an infant massage therapist, and now I train parents in infant massage therapy, and it's about bonding with your baby. So we teach them how to just do some things for just pure relaxation, and then we do breastfeeding, bottle feeding, teething, and then we'll do things for colic and allergies and colds, and then we do tummy troubles to help relieve the gas and the other things like constipation. And then sometimes we just need to touch. We don't touch our children the way we used to. It's like screen time and then feed them. But we need to actually touch them, give them some hugs and kisses. I promote literacy because reading is bonding. So we sit down and read with our babies. We have to look at them. We're laughing, we're giggling, and they're watching us, and they're learning how to use their mouth and everything so that they can actually formulate the words and learn their vocabulary. So those are some things that are really important that I focus on when it comes to the children. And I'm also a doula. You know,
Shout out to the doula.
I'm a doula, but I'm postpartum. I do birth sometimes, but I feel like sometimes the parents need more help. And it's not just the moms that need the help. We always talk about moms, but sometimes dads need the support also. So I'm really focused on the family unit and making sure that you can survive together because it's really important, and it's a lot of, like, the support is important. So that's where we are with it.
So, can you tell us some of the benefits about prenatal massages? Because, you know, some people, like, think about it and they're like, well, you know, why should I get, like, a prenatal massage?
Yes. So a prenatal massage is important because it helps with your lymphatic system. It helps relieve stress. And I know some of us have those big ankles and big hands, so that could be preeclampsia, or it could just be like extra body weight and other things like that. And just to be able to have an hour for yourself to relax and have time just to give thanks to you and give thanks to your body for what it's doing, because you're going through a lot of changes, and it's just so important to say thank you. Take that time and go internal, give thanks and relax. And just to be able to do that with the families and the moms. And then I have classes where I actually teach dads how to massage moms, because you can't come all the time. Budget wise, you can't come daily, you can't do it. But if you could just come and say, hey, you know, this is how you do it. And then in my classes, I tell mom she's not off the hook. You got to massage dad, because you give him a hard time too. So we just make it go back and forth, and we just have a lot of fun, because that's what it's about. We make some things are really serious, but then at the same time, if we don't have fun in it, like, what's the benefit and the joy of it?
Yes, I wish I would have known this, because my son, so I had preemie, and he was a preemie, and, you know, they have hard times moving their bowels. So, you know, just seeing, like, different things that I could do, like, you know, kind of like massaging those legs, having him sit in the tub, because, you know, that loosens their bowels too. But just those different type of things would be, like, very important, because you gotta do your research and kind of educate yourself to figure out, well, because, you know, I'm like, he's too little to get Miralax and all of that. They wasn't trying to give him that. So just finding those different things that can help to move those bowels for them. I think this is awesome. Like, I think this is great. It's definitely needed in our community, and just like some people don't know, like, oh, I didn't know, like, I could do different little massages or different techniques to help my baby, you know, relieve that gas, or, you know, just different things. And just like you said, like, literacy is important, like reading to them, or, you know, just spending that time, and they can see your facial expressions or get those different coos and oohs and ahs, and they don't know, like, that stuff, it's you know, triggers different endorphins
definitely
in the baby and the brain and all of that stuff. And, you know, I learned that when I was doing a little bit of lactation counseling, like, and you don't know that, like, different endorphins that the baby gives off, it triggers you, like, in your brain, it triggers your milk flow and all of that. And I'm just like, you're just thinking that it's just, okay, my baby gonna latch, and you know,
it's so much more. Your body is reading, like, the saliva. It's amazing. The whole body is amazing, like how the body just adapts to everything that's new and that's changing. They say, oh, we got this, let's do that. So it's a wonderful thing. And a lot of times with the infant massage, people have not put an actual name to it, but they've been doing it for years. Like grandmoms and you know, my moms and things like that have been massaging babies, and they're like, oh, my grandmom did that for my baby, or my mom did that for my baby. But there's not a name attached to it. But to realize what you're actually doing is healing and touching, because we need the touch. If you don't have a hug for like a couple of days, it's like weird. Like, I need some hugs and kisses. So just to make sure you're giving those hugs and kisses and just looking at them and giving them eye contact is huge. Like, they're little people, so sometimes we need to get on their level and say, hey, you know, hey, mama, like, you know, you just talk to them and just let them know, like, I'm here for you, I love you, thank you for choosing me to be your mom, different things like that. So it's really important just to talk to them.
And that encouragement and affirmations are key too.
Yes.
Like, even my son, he's nonverbal, he's autistic, but I still give him affirmations, and I get on his level, and I tell him, I'm like, you're smart, like, you're capable of great things, you just learn differently. Like, and you're very intelligent. And I tell him that, like, even though it's not like he's gonna be like, oh, mom, thanks, but you can see it, and kids can feel your energy too. Like, if I'm having a bad day, like, I feel like sometimes he knows, because he'll come up to me, like, look me in my face, and, like, he'll just kiss me, and I'm like, okay, he'll come back and kiss me, and I'll be like, I'm like, oh, you must know I be having a bad day, but I appreciate that. So, you know, those type of things are good. So how long have you been a doula?
Well, I've been a doula for 4 years now.
Okay.
I've been a doula, and then an infant massage therapist for 10, and then a regular massage therapist for 20 plus.
So what made you want to get into being a doula?
See, they talked me into it. It's the same way I got into the infant massage therapy, because what was happening, I have a few families who had additional children, and I was doing their infant massage, and they're like, you would be so great as my doula. And I said, no, I wouldn't. And they're like, yes, you would. I said, no, I'm not doing that. And then sooner or later, they talked me into it, took the training, and here we are.
That's
like
how they
10
did
births
me.
later. I said, you got me.
My friends talked me into it
though.
Yes.
But at the same time, it's like, that wasn't on my bingo board.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, they talked me into it because my birth was so complicated. Like, I had 23-week twins, and then I lost my daughter, and my son was in a NICU for 4 months. So I always was still, like, going to NICU. They would call me, like, at Crozier, like, I was so close with them. They'd be like, hey, like, we have a family, we think you should talk to them. So just having that type of stuff, and they like, and I was working in the Bright Start department for Keystone First, and my friend, like, they had this scholarship right here in Delaware County, and I was like, nah, I don't know about that. And they're like, she's like, you're already doing it. I said, yeah, it's different. Like, I haven't been in a birth room since it was my time to shine, and, like, I don't know if I can stomach being all like, so, you know, that, and it was like, just do it. So I said, you know what, it never hurts to try. So my first birth child, I was scared. I prayed the whole way there. I said, Lord.
Well, I mean, we all did. It's the first time it's something new, and you're like almost kind of responsible for somebody else's well-being. That's a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
So yes, we did. But as time goes on, no birth is the same.
Right.
But at the same time, you're like, okay, you know, you see some of the same things, and then sometimes they give you a hard pivot, and you're like, okay, but we kind of know what it's hitting for, and we're there to support the family.
Yes,
so
and
just knowing that makes it a lot
also
easier.
when you educate your your clients. Like I educated my client on a form decision. They was trying to push her to have a C-section so bad. And they was like, your baby's going to be big and all this. And what if your baby gets that? She's like, I don't care. I'm just going to, leave it in God's hand. And I was so proud. I was like, I'm so proud you educated. You stuck to your right. You like, no, I want this. And her baby was only 7 pounds. And he came out with no problem, and I was just so happy because I wasn't there when the one doctor came in. She said he was like so rude to her, and I was like, you didn't get their name. Like, I wanted their name so we could talk. But she was like, I told him like, no, this is not what I want to do. And I was like, I said, well, I'm so proud that you stood up for what you believed in, because sometimes they will be like, okay, if we don't have the education, well, the doctor is telling me this, but my gut is telling me yes. So thank you for continuing to be an advocate for our community and for our babies, massaging our babies. I might have to call you for my own massage therapy. I'll be like, I'm not an infant, but
listen, I
need a little I need to get these kinks out, especially because I've been working out and stuff. So sometimes you need to get that deep tissue going on.
Absolutely, yes.
So, guys, if you have not done so, make sure you go to www.babybsoothe.com. Do you have Instagram or social media?
I have Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So that's Baby Be Soothe. So Baby B-A-B-Y, the letter B, SOOTHED, and that's for Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and my website.
Thank you so much, Brooke. Y'all make sure y'all go out and support. We have a Black-owned business, our locals, so please support it all. I appreciate you for coming on. That is Baby Be Soothe, okay? Right here at Drexel Newman. She has her table, so if you want to come out, if you want to get some more, make sure you go on and you say, hey, I saw you on CMP. I'm trying to have my baby be soothed. Okay. Thank you so much once again, and thank you for continuing advocating and helping our community. We need more people like you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You too. You too. So we are, like I said, guys, we are doing a celebration of maternal health. So like I said, Baby Be Soothe. She does newborn and infant massage therapy, CPR, and first aid training. She's also a doula. So we have a lot of people that wear many different hats right here. So make sure you go out and check Brooke out today. Don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait until another hour. Check her out today. Baby, the letter B, Soothe, okay? That is B-A-B-Y, the letter B, Soothe, SOOTHED.com, okay? Check her out. Their information is right there, right on cmpradio.net. It's the station. So I gotta see what Leslie got going on for me. I don't know if she's gonna give me a little water break or what, but come on down to Drexel Newman. We have plenty of people. They have speakers that are going to be coming on. Family Village, Coco Life, .black. We have everything that you need right here. If you are in need of any type of education, if you're currently with child, you know somebody who knows somebody that's with child, or you plan on being there, you need to come down right now and get this education right here at Drexel Newman, okay? All righty. I don't know who else she has for me right now, but I'm going to take my swig of water really quickly because I am parched. No problem. All right, guys, I think we're going to take a little brief intermission, and then we'll be right back. All right, everyone. So that brief intermission was really brief. So you blinked, and we're back, okay? But you know, we have to talk to Rep. Carol Kazim because you know this is my girl. I love her so much. And you know, anything that we have going on in the community, you are always going to see her there, smiling, representing, showing love, supporting, and any and everything that anyone has going on. You know, I just saw you. What was it last week at the autism walk? So you know that's really dear to our hearts.
Autism Awareness Month.
Yes, Happy Autism Awareness Month. Shout out to our awesome kids and our awesome parents that are continuing to advocate and educate for our kids. You know, they want to put our kids in a box, but listen, my child is out the box. He never was in it, and I never put him in a box. So I go into his world. Okay, but we'll talk about that for another day. So we are here celebrating maternal health and wellness right here at Drexel Newman. This is an awesome event that we have going on, and Rep. Kazim, what is the importance of maternal health and wellness?
Yeah, well, first off, I also want to say happy Black Maternal Health Week.
Yes, Black Maternal Health Week.
Because it's also Black Maternal Health Week. And the importance about this event and just maternal health, period, is raising the awareness around disparities and the lack of resources and why we must prioritize when it comes to maternal health. We know that individuals giving birth, it's important to give birth safely, but then also making sure our children are also being born safely, but also have the quality access to health care and resources that is needed. So in Delaware County and in Pennsylvania, there are more doors that are shutting, especially around labor and delivery. Labor and delivery also has the highest Medicaid, Medicare that is being delivered as far as insurance.
Yes.
Which means individuals that come in to be able to receive resources and access to care during prenatal but also postpartum.
Right.
A lot of the times the insurance is state insurance, which means they don't get much reimbursements back, meaning the provider.
Right.
So a lot of times when it comes to going into labor and delivery, you don't really see a lot of quality healthcare providers. Now we know a lot of them that are great, that we know have delivered our children, that even delivered us. But we see the expansion around doulas because of the fact that we know that there were many people that didn't know what questions to ask, what they even mean, what are the right questions to ask, what are the even medical terminology that are used. So our doulas are the support. So just seeing where a lot of times, you know, unfortunately, but women of color do not receive the most maternal support.
That is
a lot
true.
of times it's like, just deal with it. So just coming to a place that we have recognized that cultural competence is important around maternal health. That is why this is important, because one, we want to see our daughters, we want to see our sons, we want to see our families being prioritized when it comes to having more children, and we want to make sure that the care for our children are being met. We don't want to see any more young moms dying on the hospital bed.
That's right.
We know that historically and statistically, a woman is close to going into her death giving birth. So we want to make sure that they are receiving the support they need, and not only when they're natural birth, but we also know the medicines that are injected in us as well. Those things are important. So just coming to the place that we are aware of what is going in our body, what are the services that we're being provided with, or what are the things that we need. This is why this is here. So the Family Village, who comes together as a collaborative initiative with different organizations who provide so many different sectors of work, they come together to provide more support to our community. Not one just do it all, but everyone coming together. So I am proud to be a supporter of this initiative. I'm proud to keep fighting and advocating in Harrisburg for this initiative. And most of all, just as a mom myself, seeing that this is something that is being promoted, but also give me hope to know that when it comes to our children, who is going to then themselves become parents, you know, or we never know where the Lord take us.
Right.
Another one coming in there. We never know what she may bring in the world.
I gotta get a ring. You know?
It's like,
listen.
So, you know, but just knowing that many of our loved ones are going to be able to have their children in a happy space and not a traumatized environment. Because that's what many can encounter. And we don't want to see that encountering.
And then now, you know, you're supposed to feel happy, you know, when you're pregnant.
joyful.
A lot of people are scared because they're like, I don't want to die. Like,
and they hear about what's happening.
Yes, and it's like, I want myself and my baby to come home. So, as a doula, I'm like, my ultimate goal, and I tell my clients all the time, my ultimate goal is to make sure you and baby are home.
Yes.
And you're all in one piece.
Yes.
So, just like you said, educating and letting the doctors, educating them even more now, because some of the doctors don't know some of the health disparities, or they don't understand.
And the culture.
Yes, and they don't understand. So just educating them as well, so they can be more empathetic, because it's also medical, but being more empathetic about what's going on with the culture, and having these things like Family Village and getting these doulas out to our community for free has been a huge help as well, because sometimes we are their only village that they have, and that they feel safe to, okay, this is how I'm feeling. I can't really tell my mom because she don't really understand. I can't really tell, their dad, because he's not understanding, but I can come to my doula and know that she's here to listen to me. She's unbiased, and she's going to support any decision I make.
Absolutely.
So,
and I am a big fan and advocate, and I am one pushing for birthing centers.
Yes.
I believe that we need more, especially here in Delaware County.
Yes.
And the Southeast region. I know Philadelphia and certain areas have few, but I want to see more birthing centers. I am big on expanding on midwives and doulas.
Yes,
I think it is important. Historically, we are known to be midwives, so I believe that we can do it. And the more that we educate, and we still got to go through school, we still got to learn. But I'm very big on birthing centers, just given what's happening in our healthcare system and around us, and the way hospitals are rebuilding, but also shutting down. I think it's important that we start to have more birthing centers around as well, for people comfort space, and for families to be able to have more of a say-so on how they would like to see their birth experience take place.
Yeah, because Bryn Mawr shouldn't be the only one.
Correct.
Bryn Mawr shouldn't be the only one.
It should not be the only one.
And it should, especially like because we're right here, and Bryn Mawr is so far, so it shouldn't be the only one.
Absolutely.
So I definitely agree with you with that, for like the birthing centers. And it takes a village.
It takes that
And
family
we appreciate you on the legislative end, advocating, standing up, representing, and always representing so well for our community. So again, continue the great work, continue educating for us, and we will be here. We always here to support you. I always got your back.
I appreciate it.
And I love you so much.
I love you too, my sister. Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right, so guys, we have Stay Rep here. She's here. She's educating. She's supporting. She's advocating. And like she said, it takes a village. So this is another part of our village. And we will be back with a brief break right here on cmpradio.net, a celebration of maternal health and wellness.
Yes.